Hello, my name is Takia Horton. I am applying for the Social Work 1 position at Baptist Memorial Hospital in Memphis, Tennessee. So while researching on LinkedIn, going based off my credentials in social work and a background in psychology, the Social Work 1 position popped up, and I was especially intrigued by the transparency of the job description and listed all my duties as well as the salary, so I know exactly what I'm getting myself into, and kind of based on that, my credentials and the salary, it aligns with my goals. So, a little bit more about myself. I'm passionate about supporting patients and their families during their most vulnerable moments. So, as a recent graduate of Southwest Tennessee Community College, working with hands-on experience in the hospital community settings, I bring very strong communication skills, cultural sensitivity, and a deep commitment to care. I'm especially drawn to Baptists because of their memorial's mission of healing through faith and compassion. And I'll be honored to provide resources and emotional support needed, as well as I have a personal connection with Baptists when my mother was sick in the hospital with cancer, breast cancer in 2020. She was treated at Baptist, so I'm knowledgeable about the facility. I'm knowledgeable about the routines and pretty much patient care. So I feel like that would be another thing that I bring to the table, on a personal level. And I have come to appreciate Baptist not only as one of Tennessee's highest ranking medical centers, but as also one of the leaders integrating compassionate care with innovative practices. They address the patient's needs on multiple levels, such as social, medical, and physiological concerns, which is very important to meet the patient's needs as a whole and not just treat them for the sickness that they have. You have to treat them physically, mentally, psychologically. It all ties into the overall well-being of the patient. The hospital emphasizes on community engagement and support, offering free counseling and assistance for the for the overwhelmingly underserved population, which is growing at an alarming rate, especially in Memphis, Tennessee, in the political climate that we now have going on. So that would also be very important. And they do this through Baptist Healthcare's Foundation, which deeply resonates with me and my dedication to social work. It deeply resonates with me with my background in psychology. So they just have a dedication to social justice and community outreach. So, a little about my previous employer. So, my previous employers, they will all agree that I'm a hard worker. I've been a hard worker since I entered the job field when I was 16. I still have a close and open relationship with all my managers till this day from the jobs that I did have. But the one that I am at now, which is the Internal Revenue Service, this will be the most important. So I have been at the Internal Revenue Service for 3 years now. I have worked with all types of people. I've worked with multiple managers. I work in team settings daily to better serve the needs of taxpayers, as well as to have an open line of communication with my coworkers, with my manager, with my leads. And this translates into my work. So it will all be transparent. I'm reliable. I've been in my job for 3 years, and out of that time, I always make sure I communicate. If I have any issues, I communicate. If there's a problem, so that would be another thing that my previous employers could say about me, that I have a strong sense of communication. And I'm respectful to all my team members. I work in a team settings every day, all day long. There's not a team setting that I can't adapt to, because when you're working in federal service, you have to constantly go, go, go. It's all about research. It's all about accuracy. So I'm big on researching and accuracy. If I don't know something, I'm always going to go, hey, let me go look this up. Hey, let me go see if I can find out this. So I do work individually. I'm gonna look 10 times, 10 times before I come to my manager or my lead and say, hey, could you help me with this? Because I couldn't figure it out. So I'm always researching, always communicating, always working in team settings. I'm a great team player, great communicator, always willing to do the research. Okay. So a time that I faced conflict. To say there's not going to be conflict in a team setting is naive. I face conflict in team settings, at work, personally, professionally. It's always going to be conflict. We are different people, and personalities can clash or ideas can clash, which is no problem. So the most relevant conflict that I can think of will be during my freshman year. No, it was my junior year. During my junior year at Southwest, I had a team social work course. So the social work course consisted of a group project, and the group project was to develop a community outreach plan. So, of course, it was a group of 4 people. And with 4 people, we all have fresh ideas. We're all trying to figure out how can we best serve our community, because that is what social work is all about. So, of course, one of my teammates disagreed with my approach and stopped participating, which is a big issue because it's not, it's a team setting. So it's not, well, I'm for myself, you're for yourself. No. And with me, that concerned me, because just because we disagree doesn't mean to stop participating. I also want you to feel like your ideas are being heard, they're being valued, as well as my input, my output is being heard and valued, and we could just bounce ideas off each other. So they stopped participating a week before the deadline. So as part of the group, it was my responsibility to ensure the high quality of the project, to maintain a positive and collaborative environment, which are skills essential to the social work setting. So how I resolved it was I initiated a private, respectful conversation. We got on a Teams call. We talked about it. I listed my concerns, like, hey, I feel like this is the best approach. And they listed their concerns, like, no, I feel like this is the best approach. So ultimately, where our disconnect is they didn't feel like I was listening or I was taking their input into account, which I was, but not to the degree that they would understand. So I apologize for my fault in that. And so on this team's call, we were able to resolve it. I listened carefully, I validated their feelings, and I suggested that we come back together and we restructure the project to incorporate their output, their input to the project. And I also encouraged the entire team to have a meeting, and we just had a simple one-on-one, all of us individually. We just got together as a group, and we all listed what we said, our concerns. We all listed our ideas, and as a team, we came back together with the best way to incorporate this for everyone. So we were able to get the project done. So yay for that. And it was a true learning experience, because that was a high risk project, and it was either make or break. And I have never dealt with conflict like that before, especially doing a project. So I took accountability on my part. My teammates took accountability on their part, and we were able to come together and get that done. So in the next 3 to 5 years, between 2028 and 2030, I would have been able to graduate with my bachelor's in social work with a minor in psychology. Hopefully, I would have been able to graduate with my master's in social work as well. So I really want to focus on my degree within the next 3 to 5 years. And working at Baptist would allow me to get that personal connection, personal knowledge, and just immerse me into the field. So once I'm immersed into the field, I'll be able to fully assess my needs as well as my wants in regards to social work. So in the next 3 to 5 years, I want to break into the medical social work field because I feel that is an important place to start. It is the starting stone. It is the first thing that we get to do. So once I break into the field, I plan to be at Baptist for at least 3 to 5 years, if not longer, and try to work my way up through the company. See how I do with patient care. See how I could be a better social worker and provide resources to the hospital, and to just bring something unique and individual to the table. As well as while I am working at Baptist and developing myself as a social worker in the medical field, I also want to look into nonprofit options, organizations to help patients and their families to just take a step further, to help them connect, to make sure they have all their needs met and assessed, to make sure they have housing, to make sure they have resources such as food, such as they know they have to help with job placement, stuff like that. Because social work is the need to go above and beyond, the need to connect resources. We are the library for resources, and that is ultimately what I want to do. And Baptist would just be a great help with their foundation, the Baptist Care Foundation. I feel like that would be a start to learn from them and to model from them and immerse myself into that, and to see how they structure themselves, how they run it from day to day, how they work together in a team setting, how to do grants, how to do community outreach funding. So it's very vital to my 3 to 5 year plan to be at Baptist and to see that interconnection and that personal, getting to know them on a personal level. Besides that, thank you for considering me for the position, and thank you so much for your time and consideration.